Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be creating some roles. What are roles? Roles in tabular models define member permissions for a model. Members of the role can perform actions on the model as defined by the role permission. Roles provide model database objects and data security by limiting access to only those users that are role members. The roles defined with read permission can also provide additional security at the role level by using role level filters. Roles can be defined during the model authoring using the role manager. Each role is defined with a single permission such as none, read, read and process, process, or administrator. By default, the account you are currently logged in has administrator privileges on the model. However, for other users in your organization, in order for them to browse by using a reporting client, you must create at least one role that has read permissions and then add those users as members. We are going to be creating 3 roles. The first role is going to be the sales manager role, and this role can include users in your organization for which you want to have read permissions to all the model objects and data. The second role we're going to create is a sales analyst US role. For this role, you can include users in your organization for which you want only to be able to browse the data related to the sales in the United States. For this particular role, we are going to use a DAX formula to define a role filter, which will be used to restrict members to browse data only for the United States. The final role we're going to create is the administrator role. This role can include users for which you want to have administrative permissions. This allows unlimited access and permissions to perform administrative tasks on the model database. Before you add the roles, you can check for the type of users you have by going to your computer management, and inside your computer management, click on local users and groups, and then click on users. So you can add any user from here, or if you want to add a group, you can add any group that you have listed. Let's go ahead and add the roles. So in the Tabular Model Explorer, there is the roles folder. So click on it, right click and select roles, and that will give you the role manager. So this is the role manager. Inside the role manager, click on new, and that will give you the option to add a new role. And this is the default name. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to call it Sales Manager. Under the permission, click on the permission drop down and select Read. If you want to add members, you can click on the members option here and then click Add, and then just type in a username. I've got a user called Analyst. So I've typed in the name of the user called Analyst. I'm going to check for the name, and it has found it, so I'll click OK. When you're done adding users, just click on the OK button, and that will add that role. So if we take a look at the Tabular Model Explorer, we'll now have a role called Sales Manager. Let's create another role. So I click on the roles folder in the Tabular Model Explorer, right click, select roles. You can see the role we created is there. Let's click on the new button to add a new role and then change the default name. I've changed the name to Sales Analyst US. I'll click on the drop down, select read permission. We're going to add a filter to the dim geography, so make sure that the dim geography is selected, and in the option for the DAX filter I'm going to add a formula. This is the formula I'm going to add to the DAX filter, so I'm just going to highlight, right click, copy, and I'm going to paste that formula into the dim geography. So I right click and paste, so make sure that you've pasted in correctly, and then click on the OK button. You can also add members even after you've created the role. For example, this role I just created, I'll right click on it and select edit role, and then I can click members and just add a member. I'm going to add the analyst. So I've typed in the member I want to add, which is analyst. I'll check. I'll click OK. So that's going to have a read permission, and then I'll click OK. The final role I want to add is the administrator role. So I'm going to click on the roles folder again and right click and click on roles. And I'm going to click on the new tab and then change the name. I'm going to call it administrator, and in the permissions, this one is going to have administrator permissions. If you want to, you can add members to this administrator role. So just click on the members tab, click add. I'm going to add the administrator for this local computer. I've added the administrator group. I'm going to check the name and click OK, and then click OK. So that's it for this video. In this video, I showed you how to create some roles. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.